Hey everyone, this is Rudy, and I just wanted to show and tell some tools here. So I want to show you guys my favorite Bible. It's called the Ruckman Reference Bible. You can get one at kjv1611.org, and I put in my tabs, right? Helps me jump to the right book real quick. And I know a lot of you guys, I've heard you say that you don't like commentary Bibles. You see it's got the commentary down the bottom. You don't like it because you don't like man's words mixed in with God's word, and I can kind of understand that, but see, I have enough sense to know that what's God's word and what's Ruckman. So I do like to read what Ruckman's take is on it, but I have enough sense to know to separate the two and put God's word in its special perfect place and put Ruckman and put that in his opinion. The other thing I wanted to share is this thing right here. It's called the Holy Bible King James Version. It's a Franklin, and you can type in find, like the word Lucifer, L-U-C-I-F-E-R, and it will find the only verse with the word Lucifer. It takes a little bit of time. Oh, I didn't type in the word Lucifer right. There we go. It corrected the word, and it said, there you go, found it. Isaiah 14:12. Okay, so when you want to find a verse, you can use your Franklin, and it's called a KJV-570. So I really like that. The camera that I use for YouTube is a Kodak. I think it's called a Kodak ZI-8. This is my backup. Of course, I'm filming on one now. It's called a Kodak ZI-8. I've had a lot of good luck with this camera, so I like this camera. But it doesn't do long video very well. Like if you want to take hours and hours, I haven't really found a good camera that takes hours and hours. And some of you guys have asked me what I use, when I'm filming, like when the cop pulled me over today, and that would be my pivot head glasses, pivothead.com. And I have a little thing with a belt loop. I put it on my belt and I carry it around wherever I am. So I always try to have a pair of pivot head glasses with me in case I think something's about to happen. I want to make sure I record it, because I think people are trying to set me up. Now, you call me paranoid all you want to. My advice is, if you're not paranoid, you don't really know what's going on. So anyway, this is the glasses. If I hit this button here, it'll turn this little blue light on in a second. There you go. And then you hit this forward button. Whoops, you hit the forward button, and now you're recording video and audio through the glasses and the camera right there. So this is a neat little pair. It's a tool, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen, and it's going to be your word against theirs, and I guarantee you they ain't going to believe me. Nobody ever believes me on anything I say. That's why I got to film everything, and I got to be prepared to film everything. I've gotten really used to people not believing what I say. So I got cameras everywhere I go. Cool. And I got my special gifts, my Obama toilet paper. And the only problem with this is it does make your bathroom experience a lot more pleasurable. And I give it to my special friends who think about Obama in the same way that I do. The only problem with this toilet paper is it has a crap stain on both sides. So after you use it, you don't know which side is the clean side and which side's the bad side, because it's just it's both sides probably got a crap stain on it. So that's the only problem with it. Other than that, it's good to have and pass out to your friends. Okay, also, I want to show you guys my favorite flashlight. I think my wife pointed me to this from Southern Prepper. So let me put it back on. I used to buy Surefire flashlights, but now I am a through night. Man, get yourself a through night. This thing right here, tactical LED flashlight up to 1,000 lumens. Through night, it comes in this neat little case. Okay, and I don't get any money out of this stuff. I'm just telling you, man, from experience. This thing right here, man, this thing will put out some light. It's a good flashlight to get. If you want a flashlight, it'll blind somebody. This is a good flashlight. I recommend you get a through night. Okay, it's about $100 but you got to pay for it if you want experience. Okay, now I want to get into guns. Okay. So I just got a new gun today. First of all, this is a revolver, and for all you women out there, and even some of you men, I've never heard of a revolver jamming up, right? A revolver is a very dependable, solid weapon, and you women can put it in your purse, and you men can carry it around too. And my uncle was a policeman for the Dallas police I think for 20 years or more. And I remember seeing him with revolvers all the time. So if you're worried about, having to, pull back the slide and make sure there's one in the chamber and, all the safety stuff, get yourself a revolver. It's just a very simple, solid, dependable gun, and it ain't ever going to jam on you. Right? I never heard anybody talking about a revolver jamming. And maybe it's happened, but these are very solid and very reliable and very dependable. And you women, I would recommend you get a revolver. And I'm no gun expert. Let me say something. You may see me on the grassy knoll and, I'm standing up for... I got enough sense to know that we shouldn't give up our gun rights. But I don't promote myself as a gun expert. I'm just giving you my advice on some stuff I've heard from my friends. I've got friends that are gun experts. Believe me, they know a lot more guns about me, and I've seen them in action. It's like when I see them in action, my response is, thank God you're on our side, because they know how to lay down the lead, and they know exactly what they're doing. And I'm just passing along stuff that people pass along to me. And I'm telling you that a revolver is a good solid weapon for you women and even some of you men. Now, I happen to carry a 6 Hour P239, and I got an ankle holder. I stick it in my ankle. That's why I'm usually wearing long pants. And I love my 6 Hour P239, and it's a good solid gun. And I carry it on my ankle. And I ain't got nothing to hide, so I don't mind telling you guys. But that's what I carry. But I did shoot my Beretta 9mm a few weeks ago out at my friend's house, and it jammed on me a whole lot. And I was embarrassed, man. It was jamming and stove piping and everything else, and it really opened my eyes to like the benefits of a revolver. If I'm not going to go through all the time and trouble of cleaning my guns, and I just don't have a lot of time for that kind of stuff. A lot of other people, they do a better job at it than me. I want to make sure my gun is dependable, and I bought some of these cheap Chinese magazines, and I was using that tool ammo, which is Chinese ammo too, and I was shocked at how many times my gun was jamming. And it's just like, I can't have that happen, man. I've learned from that experience that day. I'm not going to be buying those cheap Chinese magazines anymore, and I ain't going to be buying that tool ammo anymore. I've never had my 6 Hour P239 jam on me. Of course, I've only got the good magazine, but I love my ankle bracelet and my 6 Hour 239. Now, the reason I made this video, Obama is the #1 gun salesman in the history of mankind, right? I don't think anybody is more personally responsible for the increase in gun sales than Obama, the son of Satan. He's personally responsible for selling more guns probably than anybody in the history of mankind. So I got to give him credit for that. But that Russian plane, or not that Russian, Ukrainian, I think, it went down and was hit at 32,000 feet. If a plane gets hit at 32,000 feet, don't you think it would have broken up and the debris be spread over several miles if it's fallen from 32,000 feet? But it was all in one spot, and they had pictures of passport. Look, I can't keep up with I cannot keep up with all the lies of Satan. I've been listening to my wife, who is kept up on that stuff a lot better than I have. She seems to think there's a lot of things fishy about that whole plane being shot down. I don't know if they're trying to kick Putin out of the New World Order or not. But I guess after that plane went down, and there's a lot of fishy stuff about it, Obama banned the import of certain Russian guns. Now, my friends who are really in tune to all this stuff say one of the guns that's been banned is a Saiga 12 gauge. And I thought it was spelled S-E-G-A, but that's not how you spell it. It's S-A-I-G-A, the S-A-I-G-A 12 gauge. And this is the bad boy right here. And I just picked mine up today. It came with five 10-round magazines. It normally comes with a 5-round magazine, and I'm told these things can hold up to 3-inch double-aught buck or slugs, or even birdshot if that's what you want. But I've seen this. Here's the deal. A few weeks ago, I went shooting with some friends of mine, and 3 of us showed up. There's four of us there. Tommy, but he don't do heat very well. But 3 of us showed up. 2 out of 3 people had this gun right here. I was the only one that didn't have it. I was like, man, I felt left out. I saw what these guys did with this gun. They laid down some lead like you ain't believing, man. It was impressive. And I said, I got to get myself one of these. Well, my friend told me today that this is one of the guns that Obama has banned. And since Obama banned it, you know that they don't want us to have it. And since it's related to that plane that went down, I'm just telling you, this bad boy right here is, it comes with a collapsible stock, 6-point, I'm told. But you can have a round magazine too that I think will hold up to 25 12 gauge shells, and you can pump out 25 rounds if you want to. And I'm just telling you that this thing is, they call it a Force Multiplier. And I ain't no expert. I'm not Southern Prepper. I'm not that gun guy that, you know, spends all his time shooting watermelons and making targets and everything. I'm just letting you know what I was told. I was told to go get myself a Saiga 12 gauge because Obama's banned them. He's banned them from the import of Russia, and that the prices are skyrocketing. I've seen these things go for over $2,000, as high as $2,300. I happen to get mine for $1,000. They used to go for $600. Now the $1,000 included the special collapsible stock, and it included all these 10-round mags. So I felt like I got a really good deal. But I've seen them go for a lot higher. There's some gun stores in Texas where they're selling for $1,500. So if you find one, you want to get a hold of it, because we ain't ever going to get them again if the law stays the way that it is. My hope is that righteous people will come into power again, and we'll get the law changed. But as long as Obama and his cronies and Satan controls things, they're going to try to keep this out of your hand. Because when somebody comes in your house and you have this, they ain't going to last very long. Especially if you got this thing loaded up with a double-aught buck and slugs. But my advice, not that I'm a gun expert, but because I hang around gun experts, is if you find a Saiga 12 gauge and you can afford it, you better get it, because the prices are going to skyrocket. And we can't get them in this country anymore. They banned them because of that plane crash from Russia, and this was one of the guns they banned. So you have to get it while you can get it. One last thing I'll show you, and then I'll shut this video down. If you have some friends that you want to recognize, get them an Armor of God coin. Okay? This thing comes from www.nwt, I think it stands for Northwest Territory.mint. I don't have my glasses on, so hopefully you guys can see that. www.nwt.mint. It's an Armor of God coin, you see that? And if you got some friends that you want to recognize for being a good guy, you can give them one of these coins. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Okay? Alright guys, that's all I got to say. Don't forget your Obama toilet paper, but remember that there's a crap stain on both sides, so it's going to be a little hard to use, but it does make your bathroom experience a lot more pleasurable. And don't forget your shofar. Everybody needs a shofar, right? Blow the horn. Don't let the watchman be without a shofar. That's like too far from the camera. Anyway, I'll shut up. The main point is, go get yourself a Saiga 12 gauge. Take care, everyone.